Well, I rise to speak in support of Senator Babette's motion. Since before the federal election, it's been One Nation's policy to have a royal commission into the management of the COVID-19 pandemic by Australian governments. The matter has become more urgent following revelations of the blatant cover-up over the origins of the pandemic involving scientists, the media and governments. It's become more urgent after revelations the Australian government ordered social media platforms to suppress the free speech of Australian citizens during the pandemic, including myself. At the committee hearing into my legislation to make COVID-19 vaccine mandates and discrimination unlawful, I asked a representative of Moderna what her company might say to Australians who had lost a family member to the vaccine program or who actually were affected by adverse side effects. Well, her response was, "Those people have been indemnified," was the response. I asked representatives of Pfizer if they considered Australians had been forced to get the jabs. They said no. Apparently these people believe that threatening people's jobs and incomes is not forcing them. Not only were millions of Australians subject to vaccine mandates during the pandemic, many are still excluded from mandates from working in critical sectors today. At a time when the Defence Force desperately needs more personnel, many serving members still cannot be deployed in many circumstances unless they bow to the mandate while people move freely across international borders regardless of their vaccination status. At a time when crime is escalating in the territories, Australian federal police officers are being denied work by mandates while people move freely across state borders regardless of their vaccination status. At a time when public health is in crisis and the aged care sector struggles with staffing levels, experienced nurses are being denied work when people are allowed to move freely into public health and aged care settings regardless of their vaccination status. By keeping these mandates, it appears these agencies are more interested in punishing workers who defied them. What the government should be doing is supporting them back into work where they are desperately needed and apologising for the direct attack on their basic human rights. Australian governments have much to answer for. The Prime Minister has promised a Royal Commission into the pandemic, but is yet to deliver. Perhaps if we establish something called the COVID-19 voice, he might finally act. And while I've got 22 seconds left, let me apologise to all those people who have been affected by adverse side effects and deaths in their family due to this vaccine mandate that was forced upon them and made to have in order to keep their jobs. That is the truth of the matter, and we have to have a Royal Commission to bring out the truth.